quite a nice little spot, you know, Joe. Like, I feel like I'm on a chat show or some shit. It's great. Although I can see the duvet on the sofa in the background. Hello! Long time no see. This is my first official video back because the weekly vlog that I'm currently filming will be going live after this. So hello! I'm back! Yay! I know, it's been nearly 2 years since I actually filmed something and put it on YouTube, which it is what it is. I mentioned it very briefly in the weekly vlog, which you are yet to see, but it was rather naive of me to think I could pick up YouTube again a week before I started a new job. I don't know why I thought I could do that. It was a terrible idea. I went from working a 5-minute walk away every single day and hating my job, so having a lot of time to want to do other shit, to having a job where I'm up and down the country most days and I love it, so I don't have time to do a lot of other things, which is fine. It is what it is. I chose to stop doing it for a while. I missed it. Now I'm coming back. I explain more in the weekly vlog about that sort of thing and why I've chosen to come back and how often you'll see me and that sort of thing. So go watch it when it is live, which should be soon. I don't even know what day I'm putting this out, let alone what day I'm putting that out, so we'll see. Peak organisation, as per. So what I thought I'd do to save the weekly vlog from being an hour long is split it into 2 videos. So do the vlog as is, and then do this as kind of a, hey, I'm back. Did you miss me? Lol. What's that meme? Is it from American Horror Story?
Yeah.
Did you miss me? The girl.
Back picture.
Joe's in the background, so if I keep going like this, I'm talking to him.
Hi.
He's playing on the PlayStation. So yeah, this is the peak YouTuber. Where have I been? Q&A. Welcome back to my channel, sort of thing. Long story short, I asked on Instagram if anyone had any questions, sort of like where I've been, what I'm doing, updates on the house and the wedding and the life and the job and that sort of thing, because since I've seen you guys, this is me assuming that there is anyone on YouTube that doesn't follow me anywhere else on the internet, which I do kind of doubt is the case. But if there are any of you out there that do not follow me anywhere else on the internet, I got engaged. Yay!
Go me!
Go Joe! It was a while ago now, it was April. We were already in the process of saving for a house when Joe proposed, so we decided to put that first and do the house thing before the wedding thing, mainly because of the cost, but for various other reasons. I wrote a blog post about it, I'll leave the link in the description. So yeah, we got engaged, we're now super on our way to buying a house, which will hopefully happen this year. I have a job that I love now. I've been there nearly 2 years. It's great, it's the best. I work at Red's, True Barbecue. If you live anywhere in the north, you might have heard of us. But yeah, so lots happened. So I asked on Instagram if anyone had any specific questions about anything, so I could answer it all in one place. And it's good, easy content, isn't it? Get you guys to do the work for me. So let's get cracking into it, because I've now been filming for 6 minutes. This is why I'm so bad at this. Take my mug, by the way. Anyone who watches Cupcake and Dino may appreciate it. It's got Cupcake and Dino on one side, and on the other side, serviced. It was gifted, this mug, by the way. The person who does the PR for Cupcake and Dino saw me tweeting about it, an inordinate amount, so they were like, do you want a mug? And I was like, yes. Yes, I want a mug. Oh god, right, I'm going off tangent again, let's get cracking. So, I'm gonna answer some questions, and if a question comes from that no one asked, I'm still gonna kind of answer it, because I don't want to leave any gaps and then leave people asking more questions. I hope that makes sense. We'll start with wedding stuff, shall we? We've had our wedding heads on this week, so it seems apt. Just Joanna 1991 on Instagram said, how did you and your fiancé meet? Well, just Joanna, it was 11 years ago. We were just babies. We were 15. I'm sure I've told this story somewhere before, but we were 15. I had a boyfriend. And I met Joe through a mutual friend. He actually had a thing with one of my other friends, so I went along as like the wingman, just like, come on, let's give you a hand getting this guy. And then I met Joe, and it turned out that I actually really liked him, and I was like, oh fuck. I'm supposed to be your wingman, and I already have a boyfriend, this is awkward as shit. So I just kind of pushed it way down and ignored it, because I was 15 and confused. Then we ended up at a house party together, because that was all the rage 11 years ago, was house parties. We got hammered on shit alcohol. We spent all night chatting, and he still was gonna like have a thing with my best friend. Well, not my best friend, but a friend. So I was gutted, and I was just like, oh, I really like him, this is shit. Then I broke up with my boyfriend, got with Joe, and the rest is history. So we got together when we were 15, and then shortly after I went to sixth form with him. So I went to the same school as him for sixth form, but not for regular high school. Yeah, we survived that, we survived uni, and now we're engaged and getting married. So we've had a good run, haven't we, babe?
I think we've done very well.
Nearly 11 years.
And I'm not sick of you yet.
Oh, thanks. So yeah, that's how we met. It's very 2009, to be honest. The whole scenario is very being 15 in 2009. Don't knock my tea over. Careful. I feel like the cat's gonna jump away. Here he is. Come on. Bye-bye. There was a lot of questions about the wedding in general. So like, when are we getting married? How big's the wedding gonna be? Where are we getting married? Whereabouts are we in the planning stages? Rather than just answering one question at a time, I might just summarise the whole wedding thing. We don't want a huge wedding. It'll be big-ish, because we know a lot of people, but we don't want huge, like 200 people, big white dress, stately home affair. That's just not us at all, really. We're doing the guest list tomorrow. I estimate there'll probably be about 50 to 80 at the day do, and then maybe 100 to 150 at the evening do, including the day guests. That's my estimate. It might not be exactly that, but I can imagine it'll be around that somewhere. We haven't properly started planning yet, only because we're focusing on house stuff first. But I've got the spreadsheet to end all spreadsheets, which is peak me. And on that we've got like venues that we like, the start of a budget where I can kind of keep track of things as and when we find out how much they might be. We're kind of sticking it on that spreadsheet. We've got a guest list sort of pulling together on there. So at the moment we're not that far along with the planning stuff, but we've emailed an inquiry to go look around a venue hopefully soon. I just needed to get back to me, and we've both got a really good feeling about it. It's the first venue that we ever saw, even long before we were engaged, and it could be a winner, but we need to go see it first and maybe see other places as well and compare. We're hoping that the actual date will be sort of like 2 or 3 years away, because the waiting list for most places we're looking at sort of 18 months to 2 years anyway, and we want to get the house out of the way really, because otherwise we'll be a new level of skint. So I reckon, what is it now, 2020? I reckon 2022, either late 2022 or early 2023, I think will be the date. We're looking at sort of like April or October for a date, so it's like just out of season, so the prices are a little bit cheaper, but it's not too out of season that the weather is like crazy unpredictable. But obviously with us getting married in the UK, it's gonna be unpredictable anyway, especially in the fucking north, let's be honest. So yeah, that's kind of where we are with wedding stuff. It's really fun, we're loving it. We're still, I think, a little bit in the engagement bubble, because although it's been like 8 or 9 months since we actually got engaged, we've been so focused on other things that we're just kind of enjoying the sort of being engaged thing. Like, I think it's because we've been together so long, like nothing changes. When you've been together 10 years and all of a sudden you're engaged, nothing really changes. But it was a pretty great weekend. I actually told the story of the proposal on my blog not long ago, so to save on time in this video, I'll link to that and you can go read it, but it was very cute. On weddings quickly, Lizzie at GlassesGirl3 on Instagram, my friend Lizzie, asked me what vibe hair colour I'm going for the wedding. Now, at the moment it's kind of a faded out purple because I desperately need it doing. And I know a lot of people are actually super not for like coloured hair at weddings. They're like, oh, I have pink hair normally, but I'm going to be blonde for the wedding. I don't know, it's still a few years away. I might be bored of pink and purple by then, I might be blonde again, I don't know. I don't think it'll be a bright colour, but I'm very rarely a bright colour anyway. It's usually more pastel sort of tones. But at the moment, if I was getting married tomorrow, it'd be pink. Like, easy peasy, no questions asked. But we'll see where we stand in a couple of years, because I might be favouring something else by then. Who knows? The second sort of topic that was top of the list in terms of people asking questions was our finances and the house saving and that sort of thing. Since last year we've super got into saving and we've got really good at it, and I've written about it a lot on my blog, and it's become kind of a thing that I do now, is like write about saving money, which I don't know when that happened. I've historically been terrible with money, so it's kind of weird for me to write about it and give advice about it. But we started properly saving last year and we've done really well, like really well. It's been quite difficult, and some of the money we've got has been gifted by family, some of it has been saved, so like I can't take credit for all of it. Attitude wise especially, both of us, me especially, but both of us are attitude towards money is completely 180'd, and we're a lot more sensible than we were, which is what's most important if you ask me. So there's been a lot of questions to that sort of theme. Suzanne Cush on Instagram said, how are you doing it all? I'm so impressed. I'm 26, work 2 jobs, but have loads of bills and struggle to make ends meet a lot of the time. We want to get married, etc., but only have minimal spare income left at the end of the month. Please advise how you got your life together. So the one thing I always say to everyone is you need a spreadsheet. You need to track your income and track your expenses. That is the one thing that properly helped us. Being accountable for everything that goes in and out of your bank account will help you like you have no idea. Like, it sounds really simple, but it made such a difference to us. I've got a template and instructions on how to make a spreadsheet on my blog, so I will also leave, this description box is going to get long, but I'll leave the link to that as well. And I've actually got coming out, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, a sponsored blog post. I'm working with a building society on some sponsored money content this year. I won't say who because I'm contracted and I'm not quite sure if I'm allowed to say it before the first post goes live. The first post we're working on together is sort of like a where to get started and how to start saving money. So that's coming and it's very good, if I do say so myself. Well, but that'll help, I think. And if you ever have any questions or want any advice, just message me. I'll do what I can. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just kind of doing what I do and sharing what works for us. But if you do have any questions about how we do it, just ask. It's fine. I might do a Q&A at some point based on finances and based on saving, but we'll see. If that's something you would like, let me know. In terms of house hunting, we're also sort of in the weird limbo stage where we've not quite got enough money saved for a deposit. We will really soon, and I've just paid off my overdraft about a month ago, so I'm starting to look more attractive to mortgage lenders. If you can hear the cat, I'm very sorry. He's starting to beg for food. It's only 4:20. He's a greedy shit. But yeah, in terms of house stuff, we're in that weird limbo where we've not quite got enough saved for a deposit. I've just paid off my overdraft, so we kind of need to leave it a couple more months before we start seriously looking. I want to have sort of 3 months minimum of really, really strong bank account shit. So mortgage lenders like me. So we are looking at houses, mainly to see what's available, how much it's costing in the areas we would like to live in, so we've got an idea. I've already spoken to I've spoken to Barclays, who we both have bank accounts with, to see what they could do for us, and so we know sort of like the maximum we can borrow from them. We're going to see an independent advisor at some point so we can get advice from them. So at the moment it's very getting ready for being ready. We've seen a couple of houses recently that we've absolutely loved and are completely in our budget and are really wonderful places, and we're not quite ready to buy them, which is really frustrating. But oh my god, dude, are you going to feed him? Just going to feed him, what a hero. But yeah, so in terms of house stuff, that's kind of where we're at. We're very nearly there and we're super excited to have our own place. So that's kind of the two big old, I'd say elephant in the room, but they're not bad things. It's just the wedding and the house were the two things that people really, really asked a lot about. Other than that, it was just random questions, so we'll do a couple of them. Really asked, how do you stay motivated to create content? And to that I say, do you follow me? I don't make content. I feel like the whole of 2019 was quite honestly a fucking nightmare for me.
I thought you were pretty good in 2019.
Not until right at the end. The whole beginning was just crap. Not the year was fantastic, but me actually doing content was not so good. I just lost all motivation. I couldn't be bothered. I was considering jacking it in entirely. So to ask me how I stay motivated, the answer is I don't. I'm trying to get there now, and when I find out what works for me, I'll let you know. Sean, I love Sean, and Katie both asked me how I am, and I think that's very sweet. Thank you, Sean and Katie. I am very well. I'm actually really good, you know. I'm actually really good. I'm waiting for a knee operation, which is shit, because I was supposed to have it in January, and now they're like, oh, it's not till March now, because your consultant had loads of time off over Christmas. So like, it's good for fucking some, innit? I had to save my annual leave over Christmas because I thought I was having a knee op, which no, I'm not. So that's a sore spot for me at the moment. Once that's out of the way, everything will be a lot easier. I can't drive longer than a couple of hours because it really hurts. And exercise is a no-go, which is frustrating because I miss moving. So it feels like a lot of that sort of part of my life is on hold, which is really frustrating, but hopefully that'll kickstart soon, and hopefully it actually will be in March, otherwise I will be pissed off because I've saved a week of annual leave so I don't have to take any sick pay, and my annual leave calendar runs out in March, so I'll just have to take a week off at the end of March if not, and use next year's annual leave, which is uber fucking annoying. But it is what it is. Other than that, I'm really good. Mentally, I've been really good for a while. I've been off the pill for a few months because of my knee operation. Apparently it makes you more likely to get like DVT and shit when you're having a leg operation and you can't walk as normal for a while. So they made me come off it, which I was not happy about actually, but it's been fine. Like, I've not really noticed any changes. The only thing I miss, and that will make me consider going back on the pill when I'm back on my feet, is I just really miss being able to say, no, I don't want a period this month. No, I don't want that. No. That's the one thing I miss, and that's a real deal breaker for me. Other than that, I've been great. Thank you for asking, girls. Fran asks, what do you do for work? So for work, I'm a marketing executive for a small restaurant chain. It's called Red Stew Barbecue. We do burgers and smoked meats. It's a US smokehouse. We're in Leeds, Headingley, Sheffield, Manchester and Nottingham. And it's the best job in the world. It's great. I love it. The people I work with are fantastic. My actual job is super fun. I get to eat loads of nice food. It's great. I love my job. Like, hand on heart, I absolutely adore my job. My camera's flashing at me.
Does that mean it's dying?
No, I think it means it's going to stop filming. It did it. That's a good thing I saw that. So a couple of people actually asked me the same question, which I'm not sure why, or if I've talked about it before, but they asked, how do you know when it is the right time to leave / change a job? Honestly, I've only done it once, and I left the job because I fucking hated it. So it was the right time for me because I didn't want to work there anymore. My thing with my last job was I wanted to be there a year because I wanted a year's worth of experience at one place on my CV, because I didn't have that due to previous like redundancies. But I think if you know, you know. If you're contemplating getting another job, then it's the right time to leave a job, essentially. What I would say is don't leave unless you have to, if you don't already have a job, like lined up, like a new one. I was always given the advice of find a new job before leaving your current job, and I think that's the best thing to do unless you have no choice, obviously. A few people asked me that question and I don't know why, but I hope that helps. Kira P50 asks, do you suffer with any mental illness like anxiety, for example? Yes, I do, Kira. I was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder and minor depressive disorder when I was 21? It was like, I'm nearly 27, so it was a while ago now. I was on sertraline for about a year, 2 years, and then I came off it, and now I just manage it myself. It's a weird one because although it is something that I suffer with, it doesn't impact my life massively anymore at all. I know how to manage it, I know how to avoid it. If I do have a bad day, I kind of know that it's just a bad day and it's not a bad life. So although I do technically suffer from it, I don't talk about it all that much, mainly because it's not a huge impact on my life anymore, which I'm very grateful for. I have bad days, I have bad weeks, but it's never like completely debilitating. Like, I can still go to work and I can still do things. I'll just feel shit whilst I'm doing them. And I used to be a lot worse on the anxiety front as well. As I've got older, I've got a lot better with managing that. It sounds really weird, but my anxiety's got less bad ever since I started properly getting into true crime videos, which sounds ridiculous, but I can literally pinpoint it to that. I never used to be able to watch anything that was like scary, and now I'm super into my true crime and like my paranormal stuff. It doesn't scare me as much anymore, so I don't know. I don't know, that's not official advice. I don't really know what else to say on that, to be honest. I have bad days. It doesn't take over my life anymore, I'm very lucky. Talk to people, it helps, I promise. And don't be scared of medication, because that also helps. Like, I would not rule out going on medication again in the future if I needed to. I would love to go to therapy. Can't afford it right now. Not that I can't afford it, I can't prioritise the cost of therapy right now, because financially I'm prioritising other things and I don't desperately need it. But I would love to go to therapy. That might be one for next year. Wow. Oh, whoa. Don't knock my camera off, you bellend. He's zooming. He's zooming around. Nice, baby, come on, get down. No, don't look at me like that. Next question. Hannah asks, did you know Joe was going to propose? Any sneaking suspicions? Yes and no. Yes, he kept asking me about my nails. So I normally have acrylics on. I haven't had them on for a while. And I've always made the point of telling Joe, like, if you ever propose to me, you need to make sure my nails are fucking nice. Because I ain't posting that whole look at my hand Instagram photo with, like, gammy nails. And he kept asking me about my nails that whole week. And making sure that they were, like, okay. And I was like, why? So I did clock that. And I did think when we booked the place that maybe he would propose. I knew he'd propose that year. I knew it was coming that year. I don't know why, I just did. We talked about it all the time. It wasn't like a super surprise that he proposed in general. We'd already discussed weddings and stuff. We knew it was going to happen. So I kind of did see it coming that year, but not on that weekend or on at the time when he did it. Like, I had absolutely no idea. It properly took me by surprise. How and when did you know / realise that you wanted to live with your partner? Now, that's a weird one actually, because we were together from so young. I actually lived with Joe and his parents for 2 years, just after uni. We were about to move out and then I lost my job to a redundancy, so we couldn't afford to. I knew it was right that I wanted to live with him because we'd just finished uni. I'd already lived by myself and I wanted to live with him now. Like, our relationship isn't like a standard mid-20s relationship in that all of those milestones kind of came super naturally to us because... What's that bright light? Was that the TV?
Yeah, there you go.
It keeps lighting up the whole room.
That's really weird. Sorry.
Yeah, so we haven't been through those like big milestones in a sort of, oh my god, is it the right time? Oh my god, we've only known each other this long, because we've been together so long, and all the milestones that we hit together. So like the moving out thing, we hit that together, and so we moved out together. I hope that makes sense. I'm a weird one with giving advice on relationships for that reason, because ours isn't a standard sort of relationship in terms of we met when we were 15 and we just happened to have met the right person when we were 15 and we're still together and getting married. That doesn't happen all the time. And whenever like I talk to my friends about relationships, it's a lot more sort of we met on Tinder or we met at uni or something. So those sort of conversations about living together and about getting married and kids and that sort of thing happen with a lot more caution sometimes, I think. Whereas with me and Joe, we've been together so long, it's all just kind of natural to us now. And like I said, we hit the milestones together, so it just kind of made sense. Like, why would we move out separately when we've already been together like 6-7 years and want to move out together? So I'm sorry. I'm kind of bad at relationship advice because of that. If you think you want to move out with your partner, do it.
It's the kind of thing where you know when you know.
Yeah, you do. You know when you know,
and sometimes it's convenient.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you have separate places and you're spending a lot of time together.
Agony aunt over here.
This is my jam.
This is Joe's jam. Oh my god, we should do a series where we do agony aunts with Joe. Joe's so good at giving advice.
I love shit like that.
When people come to me for advice, I'm like, don't talk to me, just talk to Joe. Just go bypass me, just go straight to him. Oh, let's do that. Should we do that?
I'll do that. I like stuff like that.
Someone sent me just the flame emoji. Don't think that's a question.
It's because you're hot.
I think it's one of them spam bots personally, but...
It's because you're hot.
Thanks, babe.
We'll go with that one.
Thanks, babe. Yeah. I could have been really organised with this video and pre-chosen questions and given it a plan and gone, I'll do this and this and this. That's not me. We all know that's not me. If you've watched my channel for any sort of length of time, you know that's not me. Okay, one more question because I've not answered this one. Sarah asks, would you like to live anywhere else in the UK or abroad? No. In short, no. Not really. Sounds really bad. I love Leeds. I just really love Leeds. Born and bred here. Such a good city. I just really love it. I could maybe see myself living in Manchester if I had to for work or whatever, but no, I can't see myself living, not permanently anyway. I'd maybe move somewhere cool for a couple of years. I'm sorry about the light, just...
It's gonna do it again.
I'm sorry about the light. Ooh. It actually makes the living room look lovely. I could see myself moving abroad or to another city temporarily, but full-time absolutely not. I'd always come back to Yorkshire. I just love it here so much. People are great. The food scene's great, the music scene's great. It's big enough that there's loads of stuff, but it's small enough that it doesn't feel too big. All the suburbs are quite nice. The transport's kind of shit, but it could be way worse. No, to be honest. My little brother lives in Australia at the moment. He's been there just over a year, and it's so him, like, so him to do something like that, and it's so not me. Well, that's it. I feel like I've missed something, and I don't know what it could be. So that's it from me. Like I said, in the weekly vlog that is coming, there's more about sort of like my plans for YouTube and video content and that sort of thing. And I'm still blogging on Instagram, all that shiz. And hopefully I do actually keep up to it this time. I'm trying not to make any promises just in case, but I'm enjoying this, so we'll see, won't we? I can't remember how to finish off videos. Subscribe. Apparently there's a thing now where you have to click a notification bell to get notifications about videos. I feel super out of touch. If you want to do that, do that. If it helps me, please do that. Leave a comment, ask me questions, do all that stuff, and I will see you for the weekly vlog, and then hopefully soon after for something else fun. If you have any video requests as well, let me know, because I'm kind of jotting down ideas as I go, but I would really like to know if there's like certain things that you'd like me to cover on video versus on the vlog, etc, etc. Goodbye. I need to lean. Bye!